Hi, I am Gabriel, and today I am going to talk about Bitcoin and how it works. So, Bitcoin is nearly $24,000 at right. You might be wondering, should I buy or should I sell? But more importantly, what is the technology behind Bitcoin and how does it work? Well, I am here to explain that the idea first came out of a mysterious author's publications around 15 years ago. In 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto published the seminal paper Bitcoin, a paper-to-paper electronic cash system. In it he or she published the vision of what we now call a blockchain. Now, originally blockchains were invented to make financial transactions easier. Post 2008, Satoshi did not like that the financial system involved third parties. First, third parties of middlemen created information asymmetries and that often required trust that simply wasn't fair. Sketchy things would happen and often did happen. People would delete or try to hide certain transactions. You just couldn't trust some third parties. So, Satoshi's work around was to make all transactions public, get that public the means getting rid to the middleman. In order to do this, realistically, you need to make sure that some of these transactions are actually real. Now, on a super high level, his idea was to store the timestamp of transactions in an abstract data block. Think of it like a chunk of data. Now, likewise, these chunks just can't be deleted because there isn't just one copy. In fact, every person you get using the ecosystem carries a copy. In that way, is formally considered distributed among many pairs of people and immutable, which means it cannot be changed. Now let's get into the details. So if you have a transaction, how do you add the timestamp into this digital and distribute ledger? Well, the way that you can do this is actually by guessing a correct answer, which he refers to in the paper. Now, none says to keep them simple are like secret words of numbers that you just have to guess, like the words cat turtle, if I'm think about it, Hamtera. Now you read for this, so it's now naturally guessing the number, but rather your CPU or central processing unit. Satoshi's vision was to literally have this egalitarian world where all users could participate in this ecosystem. Now, in his paper, he even makes a point about how using compute and electricity today was akin to gold miners using resources to mine gold. Now, the next question is, how do you incentive people to actually let their computers do all this type of work and spend both precious electricity and CPU or now GPU graphics processing unit power? Now, the entire idea was that bitcoins would motivate people to participate in this ecosystem and ultimately create and receive value. You essentially allow your computer's CPU or GPU to solve this mystery guess word of number and value. If you're the lucky one, then you get a Bitcoin. Bitcoin for you, and Bitcoin for you. Unfortunately, one thing that was overlooked was how some people realized that they could game the system. In fact, not all GPUs or CPUs are created equal. Likewise, I think he didn't anticipate that 15 years later GPU and CPU farms dedicated people to Bitcoin mining would spinning up. That said, the back-end blockchain behind Bitcoin does have some unique and useful use cases. In fact, I've actually built them out and patented them myself. Well, I hope this video was educational for you. By now, my goal is that you have a better understanding of why Bitcoin popped up, the main problem that it tried to solve, and the mechanism behind why GPUs and CPUs are used to attack new blocks that contain transactions histories in a distributed ledger. So here we are 2022, Bitcoin hype is back up to where we saw it in 2022. Why do you think that the currency is so volatile? And do you see my shortcomings when this white paper's theory moved into practice? If you found this video useful, please leave a like and leave a comment below. I am Gabriel, and in the future I will tell a lot of interesting things about cryptocurrency and new project.